Our mission today is to tackle one of those really persistent headaches in pro video. You know, the one getting a perfect high-res signal across a massive distance.
And we're going to do it by looking at the Datavideo CB-62 HDMI active optical cable.
Right.
And the number that just jumps out at you is 328.1 feet. That's 100 meters for a single HDMI run.
100 meters. That is basically the length of a football field.
It is. And if you've ever tried to snake a traditional copper cable that far, you know
Well, it's a nightmare.
it's a complete nightmare. And here's the kicker. The sources all promise this high-performance, super low power draw and AirGanet. It's just plug and play. No bulky external power brick, even for 4K video over that distance. I mean, for anyone who's kitted out a stadium or a big lecture hall, solving that power problem alone is just gold.
It all comes down to a fundamental shift, really. We're ditching electricity for light. This is an active optical cable, and AOC, so it's using fiber optic strands inside instead of, thick copper wires.
And the physical difference is immediate. Oh, absolutely. The CB-62 is described as way thinner, much lighter, and just softer than a comparable copper cable.
I saw the package weight in our notes. It's less than 5 pounds for 328 feet of cable. I'm just thinking about an installation team wrestling a copper cable that would have to weigh, 3 or 4 times that?
At least. So you get easier runs, it's fewer labor hours, and honestly, less strain on the equipment ports themselves. But the real win is technical. It's about signal integrity.
Okay.
Light just travels better over those long distances. It doesn't suffer the same problems electricity does.
But wait, 100 meters is still a huge distance. Doesn't even light lose some fidelity over that kind of run? And what about converting the signal from electricity to light and then back again?
That's the active part of the name. It's doing two big things. First, it's ensuring that signal quality stays incredibly high from end to end.
Okay, so that's one.
And two, it pretty much eliminates electromagnetic interference. EMI and EMC issues are the bane of long copper runs because copper acts like a giant antenna just soaking up noise.
Right, and that corrupts the video.
Exactly. Light transmission just completely sidesteps that entire problem.
So let's go back to the power, because that's the part that seems like magic. How does it convert the signal to light and back again over 328 feet with no AC outlet?
It's really the genius of this kind of premium tech. The CB-62 just sips a tiny trickle of power directly from the HDMI source itself.
So from the camera or the switcher?
Yep. It draws just enough current to power the little microconverter chips inside the connectors. It completely avoids what we all call the wall wart, that annoying power brook, and the need for a tech to find an outlet 300 feet away from the source.
And that simplicity, that's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the commercial reality. This Datavideo cable is listed around $899.
Yeah. It's a serious investment. And it really shows you there's a whole market here because in the sources, we also saw comparable 100-meter fiber HDMI cables for much, much less.
Like way less. I saw one for around $167. So what defines that premium price point? Is it just the brand, or is it that no external power needed guarantee?
It's the guaranteed reliability and that passive power draw combined. Cheaper AOCs might get you the distance, sure, but they often need you to plug in a USB cable or an AC adapter at the display end to power the conversion.
Ah, so there's the catch.
The Datavideo is also TAA compliant, which is critical if you're selling to the US government. So you're buying a turnkey, high-reliability solution that has to be plug and play right down to the power source.
So the takeaway for you listening to this is really about understanding the cost of simplicity. Moving from copper to light lets you solve these huge distance problems, 328 feet, and the active optical tech pulls all the power it needs from the device you already have plugged in. The whole install becomes simpler, lighter, and just more elegant.
We've gone from running this thick, heavy, noisy cable infrastructure to using a single lightweight cable that just works. It's an enormous gain in efficiency.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on. If fiber optics can make a 328-foot HDMI cable completely plug-and-play, no external power needed, what other traditional copper standards, I'm thinking high-power USB or maybe even power over Ethernet, what's next to be quietly replaced by light?